My beloved soul, listen carefully. Stop for a moment. Breathe. This message is not random. You did not click here by accident. Heaven has orchestrated this exact second because something is shifting in your destiny, and the sign you have been silently asking for is already moving toward you. The restlessness you have felt, the sudden memories, the unexpected dreams, the pull in your spirit that refuses to go away, this is not imagination. This is divine alignment. My beloved soul, this is not a coincidence. God is sending you a soulmate sign, and it is unfolding right now in ways you cannot yet fully see. Before we go any further, respond in obedience to what heaven is stirring in you. Type, "I receive this," in the comments as a prophetic declaration that you are ready for what God is releasing. Like this video as an act of agreement with divine timing. Subscribe to this channel so you remain connected to the words heaven is speaking over your life. Click the bell so you do not miss the next instruction prepared for you. Send a super thanks as a prophetic act of faith, not as a transaction, but as a seed that says, "Lord, I trust what you are doing in my love story." Do this with reverence, not routine, because your response today is spiritual alignment, not social engagement. There is a reason your heart has been unusually sensitive lately. A reason certain songs feel deeper, certain places feel significant, and certain thoughts keep repeating. God does not operate in chaos. He operates in patterns, whispers, nudges, and confirmations. The enemy sends confusion, but God sends clarity wrapped in mystery. And what you are experiencing is not confusion. It is divine preparation. Someone is being positioned. Someone is being refined. Someone is being awakened to your existence just as you are being awakened to theirs. You may have thought the delay meant denial. You may have assumed the silence meant abandonment. But heaven was never silent. It was strategic. While you were healing, they were healing. While you were questioning, they were being corrected. While you were surrendering, they were being separated from what could not go with them into covenant. My beloved soul, the sign is not always fireworks in the sky. Sometimes it is peace where there used to be anxiety. Sometimes it is clarity where there used to be obsession. Sometimes it is the sudden release of someone who was never meant to stay. Do not brush off the subtle changes happening around you. The closed doors are not punishment. They are protection. The disconnections are not rejection. They are redirection. God is removing distractions because what is coming requires focus. The one He has prepared for you is not casual. This is not a temporary lesson disguised as love. This is alignment after assignment. This is covenant after correction. My beloved soul, do not skip this moment. Something sacred is being revealed beneath these words. There are spiritual movements taking place that your natural eyes cannot yet interpret. The heaviness that lifted recently was not random. The sudden desire to improve yourself was not self-generated. The longing for something deeper, healthier, more stable was not desperation. It was divine activation. Heaven sends signs before it sends fulfillment. You may have noticed repeated confirmations, repeated themes about marriage, about divine union, about restoration. You may have encountered strangers speaking words that felt too personal to ignore. You may have felt a pull to pray differently, to prepare differently, to believe again after you promised yourself you would never hope like that again. That is not weakness. That is readiness. The enemy tried to convince you that your standards were too high, that your heart was too intense, that your desire for a God-ordained love was unrealistic. But God did not create your desire to mock you. He placed it within you as prophecy. And prophecy always comes with preparation. The loneliness you endured was building discernment. The heartbreak you survived was building wisdom. The waiting you resented was building strength. Right now, somewhere in this world, someone is experiencing a stirring they cannot explain. They are feeling dissatisfaction with what once satisfied them. They are sensing that something greater is ahead. They are being divinely unsettled because you cannot enter a covenant while still comfortable in compromise. God disrupts before He delivers. He corrects before He connects. Stay with me till the end, something powerful is waiting for you. The sign is not just external, it is internal. Notice how you are no longer attracted to chaos. Notice how you crave stability instead of intensity. Notice how peace feels more appealing than passion without purpose. That transformation is evidence. God aligns hearts before He aligns paths. You are not waiting alone. There are prayers being prayed for you that you have never heard. There are tears being shed by someone asking God for clarity, for confirmation, for courage to step into something real. And God is answering both of you at the same time. Timing in the Spirit is not about speed. It is about synchronization. The dreams you have had recently are not random images. The faces you cannot forget are not accidents. The sudden urge to forgive your past is not coincidence. God clears emotional debt before He establishes emotional destiny. He will not allow you to carry old wounds into new covenant. That is why this season feels like purification. That is why certain attachments have felt heavy. That is why distance has entered places that once felt permanent. Do not leave yet, heaven has more to reveal. The sign is also in the resistance you faced. Every counterfeit that failed was a filter. Every almost relationship that collapsed was divine intervention. You were being spared from connections that would have drained you. God does not rush what is sacred. He refines it. My beloved soul, your impatience does not cancel His promise. Your doubt does not erase His design. Even your moments of disbelief have been covered by grace. You are closer than you think. The shift you feel is not imagination. It is announcement. Something is about to intersect your life in a way that confirms every whisper you have carried in your heart. But listen carefully. The sign is not only about them coming to you. It is about you becoming ready for them. That is why your mindset is changing. That is why your boundaries are strengthening. That is why your discernment is sharper. God is not just sending you a soulmate. He is preparing you to recognize them without confusion. If you remain till the end, the final word will change everything. What is coming will not require you to beg. It will not require you to shrink. It will not require you to compete. Divine love does not chase insecurity. It confirms identity. It honors purpose. It reflects peace. This is not fantasy. This is formation. This is not emotional hype. This is spiritual orchestration. The sign is here. The shift has begun. Heaven has moved. And what God initiates, no human can block. My beloved soul, receive this truth deeply. The coincidence you thought it was actually coordination. The delay you resented was divine design. The silence you feared was sacred strategy. And now, the season is turning. The sign has been sent. The alignment has begun. And soon, what was once a whisper in your spirit will become reality before your eyes. And when that reality begins to unfold, it will not arrive with confusion, it will arrive with confirmation. There will be a calm assurance in your spirit that says, "This is different." Not louder, not more dramatic, not more intoxicating, but deeper. It will feel steady. It will feel anchored. It will feel like recognition rather than surprise. My beloved soul, the sign God is sending is not meant to overwhelm you, it is meant to align you. You have been trained by inconsistency, so stability may at first feel unfamiliar. You have been conditioned by uncertainty, so clarity may feel almost suspicious. But divine love does not play games with your peace. It does not send mixed signals. It does not create anxiety to keep your attention. When God sends your soulmate sign, it carries order, not chaos. It carries direction, not confusion. Right now, there is movement in the unseen realm. Conversations are being orchestrated. Paths are being redirected. Decisions are being influenced. God is shifting circumstances that you will later call coincidence, but heaven calls coordination. That random invitation, that unexpected encounter, that sudden change of plan, these are not disruptions. They are divine adjustments. My beloved soul, do not skip this moment. Lean in spiritually. There is something sacred happening beneath the surface of your everyday life. The reason you have felt a new level of discernment is because you are approaching a new level of destiny. God increases your sensitivity before He increases your responsibility. He sharpens your intuition before He reveals your partner. You may have noticed that you are no longer entertained by shallow connections. Small talk feels draining. Surface-level attraction feels empty. Your spirit is craving substance, depth, truth. That craving is not loneliness, it is prophecy. It is evidence that your heart is being prepared for something that matches your calling. And understand this clearly. The soulmate sign is not only about romance. It is about assignment. The one God is sending will not just love you, they will understand your mission. They will respect your growth. They will recognize your value without you having to prove it. This connection will not distract you from purpose, it will amplify it. There has been a spiritual resistance around your love life because what you carry is not ordinary. The enemy fights what threatens his plans. And a God-ordained union is a threat to darkness. That is why the delays felt intense. That is why the heartbreak felt disproportionate. That is why the waiting tested your faith. But what is fought the hardest often carries the greatest impact. Stay with me till the end, something powerful is waiting for you. The sign you are receiving may already be showing itself in subtle ways. Perhaps you have felt a sudden release from someone you thought you could not let go of. Perhaps you have experienced an unexpected peace about your future. Perhaps you have sensed that something is about to change, even if you cannot explain how. These are spiritual indicators. God often sends internal confirmation before external manifestation. He prepares your heart before He introduces the person. Because when the introduction happens, it will require discernment. Not every connection that feels good is God-ordained. But when it is truly from Him, it will align with your growth, not compete with it. You are not behind schedule. You are not forgotten. You are not overlooked. Divine timing does not operate on human pressure. It operates on readiness. And readiness has been forming in you quietly. The way you handle conflict now is different. The way you view commitment is different. The way you value yourself is different. That transformation is part of the sign. Do not leave yet, heaven has more to reveal. There is someone being awakened to the realization that what they once chased no longer satisfies them. They are beginning to understand that temporary excitement cannot replace eternal alignment. They are being refined in ways they do not fully comprehend. And just as you have been stretched, they have been shaped. This is why patience has been necessary. Two unprepared people cannot sustain a divine covenant. God prepares both sides separately before He brings them together publicly. The isolation seasons were not punishment, they were construction zones. You were being built. They were being built. And construction takes time. My beloved soul, there will be a moment when everything makes sense. When the past heartbreaks will no longer feel like wasted years, but stepping stones. When the tears you cried in private will feel like seeds that watered your future. When the disappointments will reveal themselves as protection. That clarity is coming. The soulmate sign is also in your increased self-awareness. You now recognize red flags sooner. You no longer romanticize potential over character. You understand that chemistry without consistency is chaos. That wisdom is not accidental. It is preparation for something stable, something real. If you remain till the end, the final word will change everything. Hear this deeply: what God is aligning will not require you to abandon yourself. It will not demand that you shrink your standards. It will not force you to compete for attention. Divine love does not confuse you into proving your worth. It affirms you in your authenticity. There is also a spiritual acceleration happening. What seemed stagnant is about to move quickly. When God decides the season has shifted, He can compress time. He can bring in weeks what felt like years of waiting. Do not mistake silence for inactivity. Heaven has been working behind scenes you cannot see. You may soon encounter a conversation that feels different. An eye contact that feels familiar. A connection that feels like remembering rather than meeting. Pay attention to peace. Pay attention to alignment. Pay attention to how your spirit responds, not just your emotions. My beloved soul, do not allow fear from your past to sabotage what God is sending. Healing was not given to you so you could build new walls. It was given so you could build healthier foundations. When the sign becomes clearer, choose courage over caution. Choose faith over skepticism. The one who is coming will not be perfect, but they will be purposeful. They will not complete you, but they will complement you. They will not rescue you, but they will walk beside you. This is partnership, not dependency. This is covenant, not convenience. Right now, heaven is aligning environments. You may feel drawn to new places, new routines, new circles. Follow those nudges prayerfully. Sometimes the soulmate sign is geographic. Sometimes it is relational. Sometimes it is simply obedience to a small instruction that leads to a significant encounter. Stay anchored in faith. Do not rush ahead of God, and do not retreat in fear. The balance is trust. Trust that what is meant for you cannot be stolen. Trust that what God has ordained cannot be permanently blocked. Trust that the delay did not destroy your destiny. And remember, the greatest sign is transformation within you. You are no longer desperate. You are no longer begging heaven for scraps of affection. You are standing in expectation, not anxiety. That posture shifts everything. The moment is approaching where confirmation will meet manifestation. Where prayer will meet presence. Where hope will meet reality. And when it does, you will realize that this message was not exaggeration. It was preparation. My beloved soul, hold your faith steady. Guard your heart wisely. Remain open, but remain discerning. The sign has been sent. The alignment is in motion. And what is coming will reflect the God who ordained it, faithful, intentional, and perfectly timed. And as this divine alignment continues to unfold, you must understand that what is being orchestrated is not fragile. It is not temporary. It is not built on emotion alone. It is being established in the spirit before it is revealed in the natural. That is why the preparation has felt intense. That is why the refinement has required surrender. God does not casually release covenant. He consecrates it. There are forces you cannot see that have already been commanded to stand down. Obstacles that once blocked your path are quietly being removed. Conversations that could have misled you are being cancelled. Opportunities that would have distracted you are dissolving. This is divine interference in your favor. What you thought was loss was actually protection in motion. My beloved soul, do not skip this moment. What you are hearing right now is not motivational speech, it is spiritual positioning. The atmosphere around your love life is shifting. What once felt heavy is beginning to feel hopeful. What once felt stagnant is beginning to feel stirred. That stirring is not anxiety, it is anticipation. You may notice an unusual sense of clarity about what you truly desire. Not from a place of fantasy, but from maturity. You are no longer asking for someone to fill a void. You are asking for someone to share vision. That change in prayer is significant. God responds differently when your request is rooted in purpose rather than pain. There is also something happening in the heart of the one being prepared for you. They are confronting their patterns. They are recognizing their past mistakes. They are being humbled in areas where pride once ruled. Growth is taking place in private so that union can thrive in public. God will not connect you to someone who refuses to evolve. Stay with me till the end, something powerful is waiting for you. The sign you are receiving may intensify before it manifests. You may begin to feel a deep inner knowing that something is close. Do not let impatience corrupt that knowing. Nearness can feel like pressure if you allow fear to take control. Instead, let it feel like promise. Divine timing often accelerates without warning. One day it feels distant, the next day it feels imminent. That is because heaven does not measure time the way you do. When alignment is complete, movement becomes swift. Be spiritually alert. Be emotionally available. Be mentally prepared. You have been taught hard lessons about attachment. You have learned that attraction is not always alignment. You have discovered that intensity is not always intimacy. Those lessons were not meant to make you cynical. They were meant to make you discerning. Discernment is a gift, not a defense mechanism. Do not leave yet, heaven has more to reveal. There will be a defining moment, a conversation, an encounter, a realization, where everything shifts from theory to reality. When that moment comes, it will not require you to force anything. It will flow. It will feel natural. It will feel like two paths finally crossing at the appointed intersection. And hear this clearly, the sign is not about perfection. It is about peace. If it costs you your peace, it is not from God. If it demands that you abandon your values, it is not ordained. But if it strengthens your faith, honors your growth, and deepens your stability, pay attention. My beloved soul, you have not endured all you endured to settle for less than divine alignment. The tears were not wasted. The waiting was not meaningless. The loneliness was not permanent. Every season served a purpose. Every delay carried instruction. Every disappointment redirected your destiny. There may be moments in the coming days where doubt tries to whisper again. It may say, "What if this is just another false alarm? What if this hope leads to heartbreak again?" Silence that voice immediately. You are not who you used to be. You do not choose the way you used to choose. You do not ignore red flags the way you once did. Growth changes outcomes. If you remain till the end, the final word will change everything. The final word is this: what God is sending will recognize you. You will not have to convince them of your worth. You will not have to audition for affection. You will not have to decode mixed signals. There will be mutual clarity. There is also a spiritual boldness rising in you. A refusal to entertain what dishonors you. A refusal to chase what runs. That boldness is attractive to the right person and intimidating to the wrong one. Let it filter accordingly. You are not called to be universally desired. You are called to be divinely aligned. Right now, heaven is synchronizing growth. While you are strengthening boundaries, they are learning accountability. While you are deepening faith, they are confronting fear. While you are releasing the past, they are being freed from theirs. Two separate journeys are converging toward one shared future. My beloved soul, do not rush ahead of grace. Allow God to complete what He has started in you. The final stages of preparation are often the most subtle. A shift in mindset. A deeper level of forgiveness. A clearer sense of identity. These refinements matter. You may soon find yourself positioned in a new environment, physically or spiritually. A new routine, a new circle, a new opportunity. Do not underestimate small changes. Divine encounters are often hidden inside ordinary days. The sign may not announce itself loudly. It may unfold gently. And when it does, remain grounded. Excitement is natural, but stability is essential. Let the connection develop with intention. Pray over it. Protect it. Do not overshare it prematurely. What is sacred deserves covering. There will be confirmation after confirmation. Not forced signs, but organic affirmations. Shared values. Shared vision. Shared reverence for God. These are not coincidences. They are markers. They are evidence that what is forming is not random. Stay spiritually vigilant. Gratitude will keep your heart soft. Discernment will keep your mind clear. Faith will keep your posture steady. The enemy may attempt last-minute distractions. Do not engage. You are too close to entertain what you have already outgrown. My beloved soul, this season is different. You can feel it. The air feels lighter. The future feels nearer. The fear feels weaker. That is not imagination. That is transition. You are stepping out of preparation and into manifestation. Remember, divine love will never require you to abandon your relationship with God. It will enhance it. It will inspire you to pray together, grow together, build together. It will not pull you into compromise. It will push you toward calling. The sign has been sent, and the response is unfolding. Continue to position yourself in faith. Continue to walk in integrity. Continue to expect goodness. What is ordained cannot miss you. What is written cannot be erased. What God has declared over your love story will come to pass. And when it finally stands before you, when the prayers become tangible and the waiting becomes worth it, you will look back at this very moment and realize that heaven was speaking long before you saw the evidence. You will understand that this was never coincidence. It was divine choreography. Hold steady. Stay prepared. Remain open. The next chapter of your love story is not approaching quietly anymore. It is drawing near with intention, with clarity, and with the unmistakable signature of God upon it. And as this divine story reaches its appointed unveiling, let your heart settle into confidence rather than curiosity. You are not chasing a sign anymore, you are walking in one. The confirmation you sought externally has already been ignited internally. Peace has replaced panic. Expectation has replaced desperation. That is how you know the season has truly shifted. My beloved soul, do not skip this final whisper. This is sacred ground. The reason this message found you is because heaven wanted your spirit aligned before your eyes witnessed the manifestation. What is about to unfold in your life will not look rushed, forced, or chaotic. It will look intentional. It will feel protected. It will carry the unmistakable weight of divine authorship. When the moment arrives, you will not have to overanalyze it. Your spirit will recognize what your mind once questioned. There will be a quiet certainty, a steady assurance, a deep-rooted knowing that this connection is not repeating your past but redeeming it. That is the difference between a lesson and a legacy. This is legacy love. This is covenant energy. This is the reward of obedience. Stay with me till the end, because this final truth seals it. The sign was never meant to tease you. It was meant to prepare you. Every delay, every tear, every prayer, every lonely night built the capacity you now carry. You are no longer asking God if love will come. You are standing in faith knowing it is already aligned. Do not allow fear to speak louder than faith in these final moments of preparation. The enemy trembles when divine unions form because purpose multiplies in partnership. That is why the warfare felt intense. But what is born in resistance carries resilience. What is forged in waiting carries weight. My beloved soul, lift your head. Guard your peace. Keep your heart soft but your standard strong. The coincidence was confirmation. The stirring was instruction. The waiting was construction. And now, the season is manifestation. This is not a coincidence. God is sending you a soulmate sign. And very soon, that sign will no longer be a whisper in your spirit, it will be a presence in your life. Trust it. Receive it. Walk into it. The divine alignment has begun, and nothing can stop what heaven has already set in motion. Type Amen.